Hello everyone, Lightning Spirit 78 here, and as you guys may have noticed on Twitter and Facebook last night, I was talking about how I completed the National Dex, as far as I can go, in Pokemon White finally. After 16 months, after 6 months and 16 days, I finally completed the National Dex in Pokemon White. A little bit later, I asked if anybody would like to see a video on how I did it, and a few of you replied saying yes, you would like to see how I did this. So, basically what you were looking at here are all the games and systems that I used to complete the National Dex. Over here we got my 3DS, we got the DS over here, which I should show. Oh, if you hear any squeaking noises, that's because I'm sitting on a very squishy beanbag. I should show this DS off, and here's my Wii and GameCube for the walls. But anyway. This DS has a very, very broken sticker of the 10th anniversary Pikachu logo thing for Pokemon. You can see how old this DS is. Also, this DS has a very broken screen now. See, it just kind of flops in the wind. I'm assuming it's a broken hinge. If anybody could tell me how to fix that, I would be eternally grateful. But this DS is basically the star of the show. And yes, my hand. Oh my god. Anyway. And yes, I have pink carpeting. Not my choice, but it's only here because this is the carpeting that was here when we moved in, and I just didn't feel like changing it. So pink it shall be. Anyway. We have my Gameboy Advance SPs and the trading link-up cables that I needed to trade. Over here, now starting with the games, we have Pokemon Emerald, Sapphire. Sorry if you can't see them. This is crappy quality, I know. And FireRed. I also have no tangible LeafGreen cartridge with me, nor do I have the box that it came in. But considering it a Let's Play of the game, you should know that I own it. The reason I don't have it here with me today is because Christian Cosplayer is now borrowing that game. It's his second Pokemon game, so I wish him the best of luck with that. But considering that the LeafGreen team will be featured in this video, when I actually show out the collection, that should be enough proof to show you that it wasn't done on a ROM. I do indeed have LeafGreen, and that's the team. Here we have Pokemon White and Black, White being the star of this little thing, I guess. Diamond and Platinum, I almost said Pearl. Pearl I do not have, which led to some very, very annoying things that I'll get into later. Pokemon HeartGold, I do have Soul Silver, but it's in Japanese, and that did not help out at all in this project. And I also have Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Almia. Now you're probably wondering, how did that come into play? I'll talk about that later. So yes, a span of 10 games and 3 gaming systems from Nintendo. And I have finally completed the National Dex in about almost 7 months. So, without further ado, I'm going to switch gears here. I'm going to dig out my old tripod, tape the DS to the back wall, and try and work it out here so I can record both screens of the DS without somehow capturing myself. That'll be fun. So stay tuned while I show the collection off. So, just give me 1 sec. Okay guys, ignore what I said about a second ago. I can't get that method to work. I tried to record both screens, but the time before I got horrible, horrible quality. I even uploaded the video and rendered it, and even posted it to YouTube, and I was just like, no, I want to show my collection the right way. So, unfortunately, you guys can't see the top screen and all that information. That was kind of important to show you guys how, where I got the Pokemon, which ones were imported, which ones weren't. But I guess we're just going to have to do without that and just go with the visual bottom screen to show you what the Pokemon is, who caught it, me, what kind of Pokeball it was caught in, etc. So, let's get started here. Let me just give you... Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. Let me just give you a brief little summary of this whole collection here. In that spot, I am missing Mew. Mew I cannot get right now. I mean, I could, but I just don't want to spend the $15 on my Pokemon Ranch because that game sucks. In my opinion, anyway. Missing Jirachi and Deoxys here. Jirachi I could get from the pre-order bonus disc for Pokemon Coliseum on eBay or Amazon, but again, don't feel like it. At least don't feel like spending the money. Missing Arceus here. Not sure how I could get that, really. And finally, we are missing Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect. Those 3 have not even officially been released, so you can't get them yet. At least not without hacking. And there's some EV trained Pokemon. Alright, so let's actually get underway with the real collection here. First off, we got our Kanto starters. Now, I should go over what I did here. Every Pokemon was caught by me. You can see they all have the Hikaru name. And each Pokemon was caught in a Pokeball. Or a Pokeball with ×1 strength. I only did that just as an extra challenge. No really significance behind that. Basically, all these guys were caught in LeafGreen, or, oh, that one was caught in Dreammark. They were either caught in HeartGold, LeafGreen, FireRed, maybe a few from Platinum, I don't know, or White. So, Kanto, not really that special. Alright, that's the first box out of the way. I apologize if there's not much awesome, witty commentary. This is just an explanation video saying, hey, here's the Pokemon, here's how I got them. You can look at them. Like I said, I really wish you guys could see the top screen so you could see where I got them. Like this one I got on Route 14, and that one I got on Route 14. This one I had to breed. I wish you guys could see that kind of information, but no. Oh yeah, and I named my Golbat into Zubat, Swoobat, and Woobat for no reason, really. Alright, so none of these were really overly difficult. None of them really stuck out in my mind as overly difficult. There are a few that were a horrible pain to get, but I will get to those when we actually get to them. I guess I should mention also another rule that I had was no trading whatsoever. Well, I mean not whatsoever. What I mean by no trading is that trading to evolve is fine, but trading to actually get a Pokemon without catching it yourself is bad. No GTS, nothing like that. All trading had to be done by me and me alone. Now, I did have some friends help me out on this, just for evolution's sake. You know, trade evolutions. Basically what I did, like, let's take this Graveler here, for example. I basically did not have my 3DS at the time. So I took my DS, traded it to a friend, it evolved on their end, and they traded it back to me. Simple as that. That's pretty much all they helped out with. They also helped out with moving things from Pokemon Black to White. What I mean like that is, let's take Gothita, for example. Gothita I caught in Pokemon Black, so I traded to my one friend to keep it for me until I boot up Pokemon White. And then I give them Pokemon White's friend code, and they trade it back to White. So pretty much it's just a more overcomplicated way of me trading with myself. But then I got the 3DS, and I had the ability to trade with myself, so it wasn't that bad. I apologize if this DS recording's a bit shaky, but believe me, this quality's way better than what we had previously. And this isn't even amazing, but I'll take this over anything else. Hitmon's not that bad. Basically, if I could find a Pokemon in White, I did catch it. White Forest was the exemption to this. I don't know how that place works. Something about with Black City, and you gotta, like, not play your game for months in order to clear them out and then fill them back in. I don't know. Black City and White Forest, to me, are just kind of gimmicky and stupid. Speaking of gimmicky and stupid, another original plan that I had was to not use Dream World whatsoever, because I do not like the Dream World. You could get pretty much any Pokemon on there, so it's a bit cheap if you play the minigames. But, of course, that had to fail, because one Pokemon in particular had to give me so much trouble to get. Because none of my games could catch it, except for one game, and I don't have that game. And, of course, the only other place I could get it without buying that game was Dream World. So I'll get to that in a minute. You see Enitard. Hopefully you guys noticed all of the... Oh, why did I do that? Hopefully you guys noticed all of the team members from LeafGreen, because they were all here. And Mewtwo, yes, and a Pokeball. That was a bit obnoxious. Alright. Again, missing Mew. Not that big of a deal. Chikorita. The Johto starters, I believe, in 4th gen and 3rd gen were just a pain to get, because you had to get Coliseum in order to achieve them. But now with HeartGold and Soul Silver, they're pretty much a breeze. However, if you want to go into 4th generation National Dex without trading or anything like that, you still have to get them from Coliseum and import them. Which brings me to my next topic. Funny enough, I actually want to do this again. Not with white, but with diamond. Or platinum. I'm still debating on which. I'm leaning towards diamond, just because I don't play that game as much, so I can keep the collection for pretty much ever. Whereas platinum I play a lot, but anyway. I'm thinking about filling out the National Dex in diamond. Pretty much just getting all 482 Pokemon that are not event legendaries, and just kind of missing out on the other 11, I guess. So it wouldn't be a total of 493, but I would get the maximum of 482, I believe. Eon here, you might remember him from the Nuzlocke challenge. So some of those Nuzlocke guys are here. Wobbuffet, funny story about that Wobbuffet. I actually screwed up and had a Wobbuffet that was in a Safari Ball. And since that wasn't one of the 2 Pokemon that I had no other choice but to capture in a Safari Ball, I had to redo that. So Wobbuffet was actually the final Pokemon that I got. And by got, I mean, like, evolved for this project. And that was just a redo. Basically what I had to do was evolve the Wynot that I caught and breed and or catch another Wynot. Lucky for me, Wynot was swarming the night that I figured this out, and the night that I finished the Pokedex. So it was pretty simple. I don't know why some of these Pokemon have, Pokerus. I know my friend Kevin traded me his Primeape so I could get Pokerus, just for EV training, because I am trying to make some competitive battles. And also I should mention some of these trade evolutions were done on the original Game Boy games, or not Game Boy, Game Boy Advance games, or they were done in the 4th generation games. Only a few trades were actually done in between white and black. Or between white and another white, I don't know. The legendary beasts here, these were very difficult to get. Entei specifically took me 12 hours to get in the Pokeball on HeartGold. Wasn't fun, but it was quite rewarding when I finally got it. Lugia, Ho-Oh, both from HeartGold. Celebi, this thing was pretty much the basis of the project, if you will. If I wouldn't have gotten this one from GameStop when I did, I probably would have just said, you know what, screw it, I'll do it next generation. But I got him, so. There's Sceptile, now we're getting into Hoenn, Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert. None of these guys really stand out to me as horrible, like, you know, that they were overly difficult to get, or if they were special in any way, shape, or form. The only one that's really stuck out to me so far is the Wobbuffet and the Entei. God, that Entei. I don't even want to get into detail on that. God. Thank goodness for good friends. Otherwise, I probably would have went insane the night that I was trying to catch Entei. So I guess technically you could say the only part of this project that I have completely filled out would be, oh, skipped over a few by accident. Would be the Johto Dex portion, because I have Celebi. But, I don't know. I still count it as complete in my book. I'm just going to go the extra mile and get the event legends when they come out, because let's face it, they release them every generation. And if not, very shortly after the generation. I mean, Celebi was released in the final weeks of 4th gen, so. Could be that way for Mew or Jirachi, you never know. I really just don't want to get my Pokemon Ranch. I'll come up with any excuse not to. I know that sounds lazy, but... you know, some of these guys were pretty much caught through Emerald, Sapphire, and Platinum. Maybe a few of them were from HeartGold, but not too many. Oh, and a lot of them were from White, too, as I'm seeing here. Okay, that one was from Platinum. Right. And some of these, the higher level ones, you can see I was either trying to evolve them or they were like on a team or something. So, quite nice. Alright, Cacnea, Capture, and Swablu. I'm going to hurry this up because I'm getting a bit uncomfortable in this position. I swear, this entire box had like Hoenn Pokemon that I could actually find in white. It was funny. This box was, like, extremely full before any of the other ones. I should mention, like, Milotic and Kingdra. It's little things like this that made this Pokedex way easier than any other, in my opinion. Between, like, the Adeno trick and the Lucky Egg and having Pokemon like Kingdra and Milotic found in the wild, still extremely rare, but, I mean, they're in the wild for crying out loud. Just made this probably way easier than it should have been. And even then, it still took me a while. Huntail and Gorbis were another pair that I had to trade for. Or not trade for, but trade to evolve. The onslaught of legendaries and Pokeballs. Latios took about 7 hours to get. Rayquaza and a Premier Ball. I thought that was awesome. Took me about 3 hours to get that, and I think I killed Super Metroid Man's ears when I finally got it. So I was like, yes, I got it, yay! So yeah, anyway, moving on. Into Sinnoh. Pick up the Pokeballs. Karen the Empoleon, remember her from the Nuzlocke? She survives here. Or, not survives, but lives on. I should also mention that none of these Pokemon were shiny. Kind of disappointing, but I guess if I ever find a shiny in anywhere from 3rd to 5th gen, I'll put it in this collection. Or I'll put it in the Diamond collection if I ever decide to actually do that. I guess if I do that, I'll make a video on it? I don't know. I'm just crazy. I like collecting Pokemon and I like battling Pokemon. It's one of my favorite RPGs because there's always just so much to do. And, you know, every time is something different. So lots and lots of variety. And variety is the spice of life, apparently. Drifloon, Yuri, Lopunny, Magus, Monster. Okay, these two. Glameow and Purugly. These were the ones that I had to get from Dream World because Glameow and Purugly can only be caught in Pokemon Pearl. Pokemon Pearl, Ruby, and technically English Soul Silver, even though I have Japanese Soul Silver, are the only main games from 3rd generation on that I do not have. So I had no way to get Glameow or Purugly, so I had to spend a good couple of weeks in the Dream World to get 7,500 points. Stunky and Stuntank were the only ones that Diamond really helped out with exceedingly. Had to spend lots and lots of time in the Dream World, get about 7,500 points, finally find a Glameow, you know, unlock it in the Dream World, catch it, and then transfer it back here, evolve it, and breed it, so. Technically only one of them was from Dream World, so it's not that big of a deal. If I ever get a copy of Pearl, I will be replacing it, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, now we're getting into the two Pokemon that I needed the Safari Balls to catch. Drapion and Carnivine, I believe if I did my research right, are the only Pokemon that I had no other choice but to collect in a Safari Ball, because they can only be found in the Great March and Safari Zones. Safari Zone being in HeartGold, respectively. These trade evolutions were done between Platinum and HeartGold. Nothing too special there. Some of these guys are actually found in the wild. Remember Toshiba, the Porygon Z? Yeah, he's from the Nuzlocke too. He lives on. Some of these trade evolutions weren't that bad. But yeah, I did them all in Sinnoh, so it's just easier that way. Now we get into a huge onslaught of legendaries, all of which are caught in Pokeballs, as per usual. None of these are really that hard to get. Mesprit was probably the worst. Dialga and Palkia were a joke. Regigigas was okay once I got the colons. Fion and Manaphy. Okay. This is what I used Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia for. Apparently, I did not know this, but every Pokemon Rangers game has a chance to get a Manaphy in it. I was not aware of this. So, basically, I just got Manaphy from that, bred it with the Ditto, and got Fion. Darkrai I also got from Shadows of Almia. Apparently, I had an event that I did a long time ago and just never took the Darkrai. Thank God that I didn't. Now, this Shaman. I have a bit of explaining to do on this one. Call me a cheater, but I guess I did kind of cheat on this one. All of my methods of capturing it are completely legit. I had a level 20 Monferno trying to go up against this thing. I caught it in a Pokeball. It took me 2.5 hours at like 5 in the morning one night. So I captured it legitly. But how did I get to it? I used a walkthrough walls code. Which I said I wouldn't cheat whatsoever, and I do kind of qualify that as cheating, even though I captured it in a completely legit way. But still, I don't know. If there's ever a better Shaman that's like released from Nintendo in a Nintendo event during 5th generation, you bet that this one's going to get replaced. So, feel kind of guilty about Shaman, but what can you do? And on to 5th generation. The starters I needed from Pokemon Black, which I just kind of restarted over and over again. Samuel the Samurott was the very first Pokemon I ever received in this collection. It was my starter. Got it all the way back on March 6th. This live part was actually part of my team. Why is it named Muffin? Because my friend had a cat named Muff or Muffin, so we were just like, I'll name it Muffin. Legendary. The monkeys, I'm not a fan of them, but they sound funny whenever you repeat their cries in succession. It's kind of cool. The Zebstrika was also on the team in white. So many of the, oh yeah, Zubat the Woobat and Golbat the Swoobat. Anyway, a lot of these guys, I had about 12 team members in white. I don't know why I went so overboard. Oh, Herp Derp the Conquidor. Because Conquidor. Yeah. Throw and Sock. I thought I named these guys Bert and Ernie, but I didn't. I mean, come on. They're freaking fighting Bert and Ernie's. Alright, continuing on. Swalloon, Nirvana. None of these guys were overly difficult to get. This Whimsicott is from Pokemon Black. I just bred the Cottony with the traded, with the in-game trade Whimsicott that you get. So that's how I got the Cottony. But the Whimsicott was from my Black file. Easy enough. I am debating if I actually want to go out and get the forms of each Pokemon. And by that, I mean like the 28 forms of Unknown. The other seasonal forms of Deerling and Sawsbuck, the other form of Basculin, the other forms of Gastrodon and Shellos, the other forms of Hippowdon and Hippopotas. But I don't think I have enough box room for that, so the next time you see this collection will probably be whenever I put in an event legendary. I'll probably like go over an event or something and show you guys how to do it. So that'll probably be the next time you see this collection, but you may or may not see all the forms of different Pokemon added to this, so if you do, I'll let you know. Anyway, Zoroark here was okay. It was okay to get. I used the Legendary Beast. This Gothitelle not only does it have the best cry ever, but it's from Pokemon Black. It was one of the ones I had to trade over. But anyway, Zoroark I got with the Legendary Beast. However, that Zorua I did not get with the GameStop Celebi. I did not know that GameStop Celebi, there's the fall forms of Sawsbuck and Deerling. But anyway, I did not know that the GameStop Celebi only worked once, because I let my friend Stormy access the Zorua events, and we were quite shocked to see that, hey, it doesn't work more than once, because I tried to get the Zorua through that event, and it didn't work. Luckily, I let her use one of the Legendary Beasts, so I just used one of the ones that she didn't try to get the Zoroark with. And I just caught the Zoroark with the Legendary Beast event, and just bred the Zoroark. So, simple as that. These two I never thought should have been Pokemon. There's Chandelure. Chandelure was also on the team. That Jellicent was on the team. This Beartic was on the team. I had a Mienshao on the team. Derpfish! He was not on the team, but he's cool. He's worth mentioning. I had a Volcarona on my team. I had like a Hydreigon on my team, I think. I had a Braviary on my team. Mandibuzz, another one that I had to trade over from Black. Alright, continuing on, we got Heatmore, Grant, Dino, not too hard to get. Hydreigon was on my team, Volcarona was on my team, and we got the three Musketeers, I guess they're called. Tornadus, and Thundurus. Thundurus, I'm trying to remember which one of these guys I got in white. Well, just know that one of these two was traded over. I don't remember which one. They were both traded over so I could get... Reshiram was also traded from black. So I could get Landorus, because you need them both. I could not believe that I got those two in Pokeballs so quickly. And finally we have Kyurem, and just because I want to show this, the Legendary Beasts. They are shiny. They are from Nintendo. They are cool. Okay, so that basically does it for, Pokedex, and here's some EV trained Pokemon that I'm working on. There's a few more things I want to do in this video, though. So just give me 1 second so I can flip over to the top screen for that. So give me 1 sec. Okay, never mind. I thought this was on the top screen, but it's actually on the bottom screen. So, alright. I want to just take one little quick spin through the Pokedex, show you that I got them all. Let's see if you can spot them all. Gotta see them all. If this was the original video, you wouldn't have been able to see any of them. And I am, again, missing Mew. I could get that from my Pokemon Ranch, don't feel like it. Come on. Sorry if I'm not so peppy in this video. Oh, I should mention that the Legendary Beasts are shiny because I got those before I got the ones from HeartGold, so, yeah. Sorry if I'm not so peppy in this video. I'm actually recording this at about midnight, so, kind of tired, but this video was just a demonstration, not really even a demonstration video, just like a video saying, here, see, look what I did. Yeah, I have bragging rights, except not really. So, I have no life, that's what I have. Missing Jirachi and Deoxys. Jirachi, like I said, I could get from the pre-order disc from Pokemon Coliseum over eBay or Amazon, but again, I just don't feel like spending the money. Missing Arceus. Going to replace Shaman, maybe replace Darkrai, I don't know. Depends if I can get a Darkrai that says it has my, my trainer name on it. But that's not that big of a deal. Also, I should mention that Cherish Balls will be allowed because event legendaries will be coming in Cherish Balls. We all know that. And there you go. That's the Pokedex. One last thing I want to show you guys, and then that'll be it for this video. Okay, this is what you get for completing the Unova Dex. And this is what you get for completing the National Dex. Okay, like I said, I'm still missing 7 legendaries, all event legendaries. Nothing else I can do, but I'll be on the lookout for them. So next time you see this collection, it'll be when I update another Pokemon to it. So, or if I complete the Diamond Pokedex, if I even decide to start that. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to those who helped me trade. There will be a list of who helped me in the description, and thank you for all the moral support. So yeah, sorry for the shaky camera work at the end. My hand's kind of going numb here because it was in an awkward position filming all night, or not all night, but just this past few minutes. So anyway, I'm rambling, so thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.